looked amazing. But anyway, let's move on. And let's talk about James Gunn, who is giving some insight into his new Superman movie, which has wrapped production. I think they wrapped it at the end of July. And, now begins the time where they do, all the post stuff. So they're basically going to be talking about, they got to add in the special effects. They got to, I guess, color correct all the things to make the movie pop the way he wants it to pop, which is kind of giving me like retro futuristic based off of some of the pictures I see, particularly this one. Like, I know a lot of people didn't particularly like this photo of David Corn Sweat because they're like, why is he lacing up his, I'm going to lace up my boots. Guy to throw in a Lady Gaga reference. It's like he lacing up his boots or whatever as the things is going on behind him, because I was like, damn, if y'all pay attention, it's like, gotta go to work. You gotta go to work. You got to go to work. You want to see me working out? They want to see me go off. I'm in the business of just give them just what they want. Okay, let me not bring in RuPaul. Let me get serious. So he's got to go to work. It's funny. It's like the minute I start saying certain words, I can pull up a song for it. So, he just wrapped Superman at the end of July. We're now in August. And he basically responded to fans on Threads, I should say. He said he's not nearly finished on the movie and will kickstart the DC universe. And that's why I think a lot of people are a little worried. I don't know why, because first of all, James Gunn is like one of my favorite directors. He's done a lot of movies that I actually love. Outside of Guardians of the Galaxy, I love Slither, I should say. Not Sliver. Sliver is with Sharon Stone. Getting fucked about that damn movie by Billy Baldwin, who kind of find out they don't even like each other based over past interviews. But Slither, like with the little sluggy thingies, alien invasion, whatever, with what is it? Nathan Fillion is in it. A bunch of people. I love that damn movie. He also wrote the script for Dawn of the Dead, which was directed by Zack Snyder. And I always say, like, Zack Snyder needs to just buy scripts and not write, because he's not a good writer. But James Gunn is a great director and a great writer. And he comes from the world of independent filmmaking, so he understands how to save money. Whereas it's not, you're going to blow your wad on, I want a $200 million budget, but we also need to put some money on the side for possible reshoots, which we've seen a lot of movies do, particularly the MCU. Or, we did put some stuff to the side so that way, if we don't have everything we need, we could go in and do reshoots. But the way that James Gunn does business on his end, I'm like, you know what? You need to give a master class, because some people need to follow in your footsteps. So he said, heck no, once you're done shooting, you've only just begun. This is what he wrote in a message on Threads. Still lots of editing, VFX, sound, and scoring to be done. And that's usually what happens when you start. Once you get your shots and everything, is that you got to edit the film, you got to add in the visual effects, because the movie just look crazy with people just flying around, and we saw them outdoor shots of people on wires and all kinds of other craziness, and people are like, what the hell is going on? But it's like, once he puts everything together, it's all gonna make sense. And you got to put in the sound effects, then you have to come up with the score. I don't know who he hired to do the score, probably the same people he always works with. So they said, well, one follower suggested there will also be a significant time spent on reshoots, which have become something of a staple in big Hollywood tentpoles. Gunn replied with a surprising revelation. He said, I don't know. I've done a total of 1 day of reshoots on my past 2 films combined. Now, considering Gunn's last 2 movies were comic book tentpoles, 2023's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and 2021's The Suicide Squad for DC, I actually liked his Suicide Squad. I know a lot of people didn't really take to it, but I actually liked it. It's mighty impressive that he didn't need a bulk of reshoots to get either film completed. One follower asked how he managed to reduce the need of reshoots, to which Gunn responded with 6 tips. Now let's get into those tips. Now, number 1, he said over-prepare, which is, I learned that in film school. Like when I was in film school, they were just like, you know what, you need to over-prepare. And me being a Virgo, I stay over-preparing. I over-prepare to the point where it freaking annoys even me at times. But the smart thing to do is to make sure you have everything that you need. Even if you need more time and more stuff, make sure you have all of that before you move on to the next thing. He also said, don't start shooting until, this is number 2, don't start shooting until I have a finished script my whole team is happy with. And this has been an ongoing problem. I was watching this video the other day, I think it was from Joe Blow, and they were getting into this whole behind the scenes thing, what happened with Underworld Awakening, the movie with my girl, Kate Beckinsale, who plays Celine with that horrible ass wig. That was a horrible wig in that damn movie. But they said that they started shooting that film without the script being fully done. And the one thing I always feel is a bad sign. How you gonna start shooting a movie because I gotta hit a deadline or whatever the case is, and the script is 70% done. And then it's like, oh no, we'll just wing it as we go along. Which, if you're not prepared or you don't know what your film is, that's not a good idea, which turned out why that movie wasn't that good. And many movies aren't that good. Some people are really lucky in that way where they can do that. You want to know something? That was another thing without her that they didn't, and I think this is probably why it's the weakest in the franchise. That Mission Impossible what is it? Dead Awakening or whatever Dead Reckoning Part 1. That was the stupidest freaking title for that damn movie. I believe they didn't have a finished script when they shot it. Which is why probably people look at that as the weakest in the franchise, especially coming from Christopher McQuarrie, who has done a phenomenal job with the last couple of films that he's done in the Mission Impossible franchise. So I do agree with that. You need to hire people, even if you're writing the script yourself, or you have a team of people that help you co-write your scripts. You need to make sure everything is written on the page, because if it ain't on the page, it ain't on the stage. And if it's not there, you need to make sure that everything is done before you're ready to shoot, because your script is your blueprint. Besides the shot list and all that other stuff, your script is your blueprint for what the actors need to know is going to be going on. You don't want to leave your actors floundering, in the wind, trying to figure out, okay, now what the hell are we doing? Which was a situation that you heard Tom Hardy had when it came to the vision of, what was it? The Mad Max movie that he did, Furiosa. But then again, he was a bit of an asshole on that set, but that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. Number 3, he said, hire actors and department heads I know that can do their jobs. And that's another thing too. Like, if I'm the captain of the ship, if I'm a director, I want to be able to have people on set that can tell me, that I can be like, you know what, I'm gonna let y'all do what y'all need to do. You know what you need to be doing in regards to like if we're doing animatronics, like I'll use, for example, Fede Alvarez with the xenomorphs and stuff for the new Alien Romulus movie. A lot of that stuff, he used a lot of practical effects and stuff. If I have like somebody who's good at what they do on the set, I want to be able to trust them and let them do their job, so I don't have to stress out on certain situations. So you definitely, I think it's smart to hire the best of the best and know that if I need something, they like, I got you. It'll be done at the end of the day. I don't have to worry. I can keep my focus primarily on directing the film, which is what I should be worrying about, and not worrying about I got some people up in my team that's half-assing every damn thing. Because if you want to half-ass some shit, you can half-ass it on another damn movie set. You're not going to half-ass it on my movie set, but you can go and half-ass it somewhere else. Because I need people that's on their A game 24/7 for 5 months that we shooting this movie. Now, number 4, I have to say, is the creme de la creme. It is the chef's kiss. It is something that I would definitely want on my movie set or anytime if I have a team of people. He said, number 4, surround myself with people who will challenge me and not just yes, sir, everything. Now, this is what you need on every set. I don't give a fuck if you the Pope. I don't care if you Jesus Christ coming down from the sky. If I'm not agreeing with something, I'm like, do you think that's a good idea? Maybe we should go with this. Like, you need to be open to learning things, collaboration, different ideas, that sort of thing. So I'm definitely with that. I will refuse to be, I don't want I don't want to surround myself with people who are not going to challenge me and be like, well, maybe you should try this, or maybe you should do something like this, or that was a good idea, but maybe we should expect, like, it's always the way you come at it. Don't be just I don't think it's good. Like, it's always in the way you say things. But I do agree that you need to surround people with who can challenge you, because that's how you get your best work. Because at the end of the day, it should be this movie. We want it to be the best film, so that way we could shut these damn haters up. Because y'all stay hating on things on social media. We see the comments and shit all the damn time. Number 5, he said, ask myself daily, are there any small imperfections in the script or what we're shooting that might end up feeling like huge imperfections when we cut the film together? So it's like, basically he's saying, like, just know when you're about to shoot your film based off of things in the script, is this something that you actually need? I was watching an interview with Fede Alvarez where he was talking about the unconventional way that he shoots his stuff. I don't think he does a lot of reshoots and stuff either. He says he films a lot of things, then he sits and cuts up a lot of stuff. Then he's like, I don't know if that was a good idea. Let's add all this stuff back in. And then it's like, okay, I'm only taking away a little bit of stuff. So he always says like the way he edits his films and cuts them down to make it make sense is crazy. But then you see his films always come out great. I have yet to see a bad Fede Alvarez movie. But I do agree with that. It's like, think about all that other stuff before you're shooting. And then for number 6, he said 1 and 2 again. So basically rinse and repeat. So basically number 6 is over prepare, and then basically is don't start shooting until you have a finished script. So those are the main things that you need to worry about. If you over prepare and you don't start shooting until you have the finished script, you won't need to do that many reshoots. So I feel like, child, maybe you need to send this to M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. You need to send this to Tyler Perry. You need to send this to a bunch of these other directors out here that be coming up with these shitty ass damn scripts and making these half ass damn movies where they thinking like it's an experiment or something different. It's like, no, I need y'all to give me something. It's like, take the time to really, if y'all go in and do all of this, then you're going to wind up with a perfect film. So I really hope that this is a mantra, not just on the Superman movie, but also what they've adopted for the future of the next round of DCU movies that we could be expecting, in 2025. Because I already know this movie is highly anticipated. People are waiting with bated breath. I'm excited for the Superman film. And while I liked Henry Cavill's Superman, I just really feel like the way that they did that character, first of all, that movie was too damn depressing. It was too dark. And there were some decisions that was made in that film that I was just like, really? So Henry Cavill was the perfect Superman, but I just didn't like what they did with some of the decisions, in my opinion. And I'm excited for David Corn Sweat. The first time I came across David Corn Sweat was when he did Pearl, where he played, he got killed off in the movie, but he was in Pearl, and for the small part he had, he did his thing. So I'm excited to see what he's going to bring in regards of Superman and Clark Kent and where they're planning on going with this. But I'm really looking forward to seeing Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. So that's what I'm really excited about. And he's pretty young. He's 31 years old, so he could play the character for a long period of time. I just feel like at this point, Henry Cavill could be too old. He's in his 40s now. But I'm trying to see if there was anything else. So no, I guess that's it. But yeah, like I said, this is some great advice that I feel like a lot of other directors should adapt on their own movie sets. So I say all this to say, what do y'all think of this story? Are y'all here for this list? I just thought it was fascinating because I'm like, as somebody who went to film school and learned about the art of filmmaking and all that other stuff, I'm like, this is some great advice that is just over prepare when you go on a movie set and make sure your script is 100% done before y'all start shooting. Don't come to them with no 90% done script and expect, oh, we're going to pull a miracle out of our ass. No, I don't want to have to stress out and deal with that. Once I'm on a set and I'm ready to direct, I want to focus on making sure the actors are giving me their best performance, that I got all my shots, that my shot list is good, that I have my that I have my board with all my all the ideas and the drawings and all the things that I need, all the things that inspire me tonally and visually to help me make the movie I'm going to make is where it is. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.